Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to a 5-minute late Strutting Man show. I'm the Strutting Man here in my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas. My name is Mr. Ozzy Rose. And yes, I'm on Facebook Live tonight because my show got suspended on TikTok for no reason. Nobody was talking about any type of hate of me and my guests or anything. I appealed it and they still said until the 4th. But the good news is, I've got great news. It looks like TikTok is out of here as of 11:59 tomorrow night, and I am so happy about this. That if this holds true, then TikTok will be a distant memory at 11:59, a minute before midnight tomorrow night. And I'm looking so forward to this. So it looks like my show from here on out will be on Facebook Live. M2 is supposed to come in and take the place of TikTok in September. When what I'm seeing, it's supposed to be a better app. So I know it says slow connection. Everything is slow anymore, except for me. I'm always fast, except I was 5 minutes late tonight. So the good thing about the Facebook Live show is I like to, is I usually don't have many guests on here, which means I end the show early and have a little bit of time for me, which I never have time for. So, hey, my good friend Toxic Cruz, I did see you up there for a minute. I guess you went off. But anyways, I am so happy and I'm so ecstatic about this. I don't know if it was because of President Trump or who, but whoever is responsible for this, kudos to you. Yeah, Stephanie Cruz is watching. I seen you up here and you went off up here, but I know you're still watching, Stephanie. Thanks for watching. It doesn't show to add you on, but I'll check here and see if you want to come on. No, it don't show anybody yet, so I hit on for guests. But anyways, I'm fixing to have to start eating, folks, and I apologize for that up front. But I got my evening post done. I got my commentary segment done and posted. And, of course, the topic is goodbye, like goodbye to TikTok. And I am very happy about this. Now, of course, you won't have access to that app after 11:59 tomorrow night. I won't. But I got all my videos, all my posts, all on other forms of social media anyway. So it's not going to hurt me whatsoever. Now, sure, I won't have the following like I have on TikTok, but still, that's good, too. I'm looking at it's good for me all around. You know, like I said, what I like about the Facebook Live show is that I usually don't have the show on that long, which means I have a little bit of time for me, which I never have. Because when I go to my tent at 10 p.m. every night, I'm texting commenters and fans until 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I never have time for me. So when this show does not last for very long, maybe I'll have a little bit of time for me for a change. So I look at it as a blessing when I don't have hardly any audio guests or anybody in the live chat. There's somebody watching me up here, some fellow up here. I don't know who he is, but thanks for watching. I'll hit on the guest box. Okay, Elizabeth Webb. I'm sorry, I called you a guy. I didn't mean to call you that. Here's an invite to you, but it says Elizabeth Webb. Ask Elizabeth Webb to join the live broadcast. If they accept, they'll join on video or with audio only. So if you want to join, Elizabeth, I have to ask you, so I'm asking you now. If you want to come on, that'd be great. I'll hit add for adding. I can sit here and say I won't get an audio guest and turn around and may get one. So Elizabeth declined. Okay, that's cool. Well, like I said, I'm very, very happy that it looks like TikTok is going to be a distant memory. I know Trump had said before he got elected that he would give them a month to sell the company. So I don't know if he's behind this or who's behind it, but whoever's behind it, clapping my hands for you. Because I'm glad that TikTok is going to be gone. You know, TikTok can kiss my ever-loving ass, and I mean, I'm glad they're gone. Made this old man really happy. But I hope everyone had a great day today. Hope everyone's having a great night. I had another great day out there today. Good to see everybody out there today. And as always, you know, it is what it is, folks. Good news is good news. Now, to some of you, it may not be good news for y'all. But to me, it's good news that knowing that TikTok is going to be gone. Now, they suspended my show this time for absolutely no reason. They said because of hate. There wasn't no hate. Me and my guests were talking, having a good time. And there wasn't no threats, no hate, no nothing. I appealed it. The last 2 times they asked it, I appealed it and won my appeal. This time I lost my appeal. So fuck you, TikTok, first and foremost, you know, and the country of China, you know. And I'm not talking so much about the people of China. I'm talking about the government of China, you know, is what I'm talking about. I'm not no commie. So I don't mean that towards Chinese people. I mean that towards the government of China. I hope Christina Soto comes on. She used to come on the Facebook Live show. She finally come in the TikTok live chat, I think last night, I think. Either last night or night before. And she drives one of the security guard trucks for Walmart on Highland. So, and then I heard from Amanda Bell for the first time in a long time on TikTok in a text. I sent her a text back, said, well, you know, I hadn't heard from you and or Adam or none of y'all. It's been months. I thought they'd done died or something. You know, I didn't know. I didn't hear from Adam. I didn't hear from her anymore. Nothing. But Stephanie, I don't know if you're still in the live chat. I know that Elizabeth is still up here watching. But I hope y'all liked the commentary segment tonight. Topic was goodbye. I didn't just talk about TikTok. I talked about some other things that I said goodbye to as well. So I hope y'all liked it. I hope y'all like my new confessions video. It's out, number 34, still part 3. I hope y'all like that. It was kind of an upbeat confessions video. It rained pretty much most of the night. I could hear it hitting the tent all night long last night when I was texting the commenters and the fans last night. I slept real good, though, when I went to sleep, though. That's one thing about rain, especially in a tent. You hear it hitting the tent, you're going to sleep pretty good. I'm going to hit on the guest box. It's not lit up, but I don't think there's nobody. I hadn't hit on the friends not watching list. No, there's nobody. I'm going to hit on that right now and see if I can ring some bells. April Lowry. Well, I don't know if that was her. Now, I will say this. I learned on Facebook tonight that I can't accept no more friends. I have over 5,000 friends I've accepted, so I've got to go delete some of them that I never hear anything from. And I'm going to when I get time. Whoever that young man is up here watching, thank you for watching. Okay, there's nobody there for me to hit on the ad. David Carnes. Okay, David. I know who David Carnes is. He's a follower of mine. Hey, David. Well, Stephanie, I hope you still got your show going, sweetheart. I think you do. But I want to let everybody know that I've got everything totally updated on my YouTube channel if you want to check everything out. Everything that I do every day on other forms of social media, I put that right on my YouTube account. Which is it's at Ozzy Rose dash Z7N. You want to check out my YouTube channel, subscribe to it. I'd love to have you. David Carnes goes, hey, buddy. Hey, David, I hope you're having a good night, buddy. Did you hear the good news that I heard? TikTok looks like it's going to be a distant memory as of 11:59 tomorrow night. Scott sent it to me, my friend up in Denver, and he put a text right below that. Is that fake news? I don't believe so. If it is, I'm going to be one pissed off hombre, but I mean, I'll get over it. But it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's legit. So I don't know. Like I said, some of y'all may not like it that TikTok's going out. But I mean, I personally am loving it, you know. So that's just me, you know. Like I said, I don't know if President Trump is behind. David Carnes goes, I haven't heard that. Well, come off the Fox News channel that Scott sent me. Then, so y'all check it out. Now, it's supposed to be 1 minute to midnight tomorrow night when it's supposed to go out. And if it don't go out, then it is fake news. You know, if it doesn't go out. Even though it come from Fox News, that don't mean nothing. You know, so fake news is fake news. So if it don't go out at 11:59 tomorrow night, then we'll know it was fake news. But I get time later on tonight. I'm gonna try to check some other things out just to make sure it's legit. But because just because it comes from Fox News doesn't mean that it's not fake news. It can be fake news coming even from Fox News. You know. But we'll see. You know. Elizabeth is still watching me up here. I know David is too. David, sometimes I have time to watch a video that you send me, then sometimes I don't, my friend. So I'm not telling you not to send them to me, but you'll probably have, if this holds true, you'll have to probably start sending them to me on Facebook. But I do got to delete a lot of people off there because I can only accept a few friends right now, and that's it. On Facebook, I've got 5,000. So I got to eliminate a lot of them that I don't ever hear nothing from in order to have more friends on Facebook, because they sent me a note today about that. I was following them back, but they really wasn't following me back, some of them. A lot of them, you know. It happens. So check it out, David. You might find out. I mean, Scott sent me the clip from Fox News, and but right below it he said, "Is this fake news?" So I know Scott. If Scott tells me something, it's legit. So, but it could be fake news that he might have found out too. So we don't know yet for a fact. I don't know if KIT has mentioned anything about this or not. KIT here in Jonesboro, ABC, NBC, I don't know. I haven't had time to check any other news sources out to see if this is true or not. I don't know. There's a young lady up here watching in between David and Elizabeth. I don't know who she is, but thanks for watching. David Carnes goes, I keep up with you, brother. Keep strutting, and I will check the news out. Do that for me, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you too, David. Check it out for me if you can, brother, and let me know if you find out anything. You know, Madeline Day, that's her name. Bring her on camera. We'll see if she wants to come on. I'd love to have Madeline. Okay, couldn't add guests. This person was unable to join because of technical issues. Is what it says about Madeline. But Madeline might not have wanted to join. She may just want to watch. But see, I don't have TV, guys, which, David, you know that. So I had to rely on people like you, David, and other people, when it comes to something on TV. But even on TV, it could be fake news, as y'all know. So, I guess we'll all find out for a fact, because it says Fox News said that you will not be able to go into your TikTok account whatsoever after 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night. Madeline Day goes, my kids love to see you dancing. They always ask me to turn up the radio so they can dance as well. Thank you, Madeline. That's great. I'm glad that your kids like to see me out there. I love it that they want to listen to music and boogie down too. So that's a great thing. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Madeline, for saying that. Tell your kids I said hello. I get that a lot from people that, like when I'm out there strutting, I'll have people say, my kids just love seeing you, and sometimes I'll crack a joke. You don't? So, but yeah, I'm glad the kids seem to like it out there too. It's good, clean fun, like I said. You know, Elizabeth Webb goes, "It's fake news, Ozzy." Okay, if it's fake news, do me a favor, Elizabeth. Where did you find that out from? I mean, ain't the end of my world that TikTok is not going out, but I mean, my show is suspended there until the 4th of March. We're doing absolutely nothing wrong. Me and Scott and Jared was talking. We wasn't talking hate, nothing, bullying, nothing, I appealed it, and they said my appeal didn't go through. The last two times they suspended my show, it went right through, and they granted my show back. So that's what I don't like about TikTok, is when you're absolutely doing nothing wrong, then they want to ask your show. I mean, it's different if you're talking about something in a threatening way or hate way or whatever. I can understand that. Me and Jerry and Scott was just having a good time talking. That's all. Elizabeth Webb goes, "I saw the video, and the button of the video, it says AI generated." Well, I say I didn't get a chance to see that, if it was AI generated or not. But I'll check it out when the show's over with. This show's over with. I'll check it out, guys. I believe you, Elizabeth. I believe you. I know you're not telling me no bullshit. I know that. But I mean, when I done the commentary segment, yeah, I said the topic was goodbye to TikTok. But I mainly talked about other things that I said goodbye to. So I'm not fake news. That's one thing about me. I tell the truth and facts, and that's it. But I said in the commentary segment, if it holds true, though, too. I said that about TikTok being gone. So, but I didn't get a chance to look and see if it was AI generated. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have time to mess with it, really. I'm busy from the time I get to Wendy's until I do this live show. I got to do an evening commentary segment, so my time is really limited. But thanks, Elizabeth Webb. Thank you so much for finding that out, okay? But speaking of AI generated, I forget who done that on me, but I really love that. That AI generated video, still picture of me running from a JPD officer. And I haven't had a chance to go by JPD headquarters on Caraway in a while. But I know they've seen that. And I'd like to see what some of them officers think about that. I bet they got a kick out of that too. I know I did. I reposted it. I thought it was really funny. So, it is what it is. I tell you what I was saying today, speaking of JPD. Elizabeth, okay. Okay. I thought something else come on here, but it didn't. Okay, the scroll is going up and down. Okay. I've seen a lot of JPD officers today turn their lights on, pulling people over everywhere I went. And then over there behind Quick Lane, Tire and Auto, I seen a fire truck there. I seen I think several JPD officers. I don't know what, an ambulance. I don't know what was going on there. I seen a lot of heavy JPD presence today, pulling people over, already having people pulled over. So, I mean, I don't know what was going on today, but something surely was going on. Dakota Wells goes, "What happened to TikTok?" Well, they suspended my live show for absolutely doing nothing wrong, Dakota. Me and Jerry and Scott was talking, just having a good time. Nobody was talking hate or anything towards anybody else or in a threatening manner. And they asked my show for no damn reason, and I appealed it, and they said I lost my appeal. So my show won't be put back on until the 4th, which is the day after tomorrow, which that's fine by me. Y'all know that. I don't give a damn what TikTok does. I wish TikTok would die, to be honest with you. That's just my take. That's just me. That's because I've had so much trouble with TikTok is why I say that I don't need TikTok. I'm well known around here. I don't need them for nothing. You know, I release all my stuff on all forms of social media except for Twitter. So I don't need TikTok. You know, TikTok needs me to keep making money off of me, and I don't make anything, as y'all know. But Dakota is a real regular on my show. But I texted Scott when that happened. I texted Jerry, Elizabeth, who's my moderator. So, but it'll be back on a couple more nights. Since this is, I found out that was AI generated about TikTok. Uh, so is what it is. Uh, but I mean, it's not the end of my world, and I'll get over it. Like we all do. Does it make me angry? No. Just I wish TikTok would die. You know, that's just me. You know. Dakota, I'll see if you want to come on. No, nobody wants to come on right now, so nobody wants to play with me on the playground. But it is what it is. I didn't really much think it would happen. You know, that's just me. But I mean, President Trump said when he was running that he would give TikTok 1 month to sell the company. Now that's what I am upset with him about mainly, is that he kept bending over and letting them just continuously, keep going in this country. So if I had a bone to pick with Trump, it would be on two issues: make them sell the damn company. Two, what he did during the government shutdown when people went without their EBT and the military didn't get paid. I had a bone to pick with him about that. Gregory Allen Gerdes is watching. Bring him on the camera. We'll see if Gregory Allen wants to come on. There's the ad. Couldn't add guests. This person was unable to join because of technical issues. Close. Okay. But, I didn't much think it was going to hold true with TikTok, I mean, don't get me wrong. Trump has done some things I like, but some things I haven't. Same with Biden. He did some things I definitely didn't like and some things that I did. That's the way it goes with me when no matter who the president is. I mean, I like what Trump reversed in the public schools when he got in this time. I praised him for that, and which was a great thing. And I did, so he's not done all bad, but he's not done all good. But Biden was the same way. Well, no matter who gets in as president, they're not going to do everything you like, even if you vote for that person, because at the end of the day, they're still a human being. And that's just how it is, The one that I thought the world of, hands down, was Ronald Reagan. I really thought the world of him. To me, he just didn't do no wrong to me. But that's just me. We'll never get another president like him. That won't ever happen. But if it holds true on the forecast for tomorrow, I think we're supposed to be in the 70s here. Now, Scott knew I was coming on the Facebook Live, and Jerry too, so I hope they come on the show tonight. But if they don't, that's okay. Okay, I don't know who this young man is up here, but he's watching. Thank you for watching. London Sluter. Bring him on camera. That's who that is. Okay. Hit on ad for him. We'll see if he wants to come on. Okay, I guess not. Okay. But But maybe Scott or Jerry will come on here in a little bit. I thought maybe Dakota Wells would have come on, but I guess he didn't want to come on. Probably tired from working all day. Whoever give me, I think London did give me the thumbs up. Thank you, London. I'll be glad when Jack in the Box opens. I'm ready to eat some tacos. But they still ain't saying when they're opening. They're saying they're hiring right now. That's about all they're saying. Now, I was going to let everybody know that Whataburger is going to be opening right down Southwest Drive here pretty soon itself. So, London Slater goes, I heard my name. I like your stream. You bet. Thank you, London. I tried to add you on, but I don't guess you wanted to come on. But I've been praying for my good friend, a Black Diamond Dragon 27 on the West Coast. You know, she has a show Monday through Friday, usually. But her daughter has been in real bad health with a heart infection. So, and then my good friend Elizabeth goes by Not Today on TikTok. She's my moderator. She's been sick the last 4 days. So I've been having to do a lot of prayers at night for my friends, which it doesn't hurt me one bit. I don't mind doing it. But check out my good friend JD, my homeboy down in Thursday, JD TV. He comes on TikTok every morning at 7 a.m. and every night at 7 p.m. He has a podcast too. You'd like JD. Check out my homegirl here in Jonesboro. Goes by Toxic Cruise Stephanie. She has a show every night on TikTok. She don't have a set time. She'll have a set time how long she stays on. She keeps it real. Of course, my good friend Black Diamond Dragon 27 on the West Coast. She comes on TikTok at 1:30 p.m. West Coast time, 3:30 p.m. our time, Central Daylight Time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Usually Monday through Friday. She's still coming on some, but she's been having to keep her grandson, her daughter's son, and stuff. So just kind of bear with her right now. She's going through a real tough time. You know, so I'll be back on TikTok Live night after tomorrow. So I'll see y'all all there. Sure. But I'm getting tired of TikTok suspending my show when I ain't done nothing wrong. The last 2 times before this one, I won my appeal. This time I appealed it, and they said I lost my appeal. There wasn't nothing for me to lose my appeal about this 3rd time around. Nobody was saying anything against anything or anybody. Not in no kind of bad manner whatsoever. We wasn't talking about anybody, just having fun, you know. But that's what I don't like about TikTok. It's different if we say something about somebody, but when you're not, and you ask someone's show, they appeal it, and you tell them they hadn't won their appeal, you know, how am I supposed to feel about that? You know, but it's a commie-owned app, you know. So what do I expect? I expect commies to act like they are pieces of dirt, you know. That'd be like if it was owned by North Korea, but you might as well say it is, because North Korean president and president of China get along really good because they're both so common. You know, London Splitter goes, been busy, keep praying for your friends, brother, it helps. Yep, it does, it helps. It don't hurt, I'll say that. You know, Black Diamond come on the show a couple of nights back and really educated us about a heart infection. It's a real serious matter, you know. I know I'd never heard of it. Scott from Denver had never heard of it, and he has heart trouble. Jerry hadn't either, my friend at Truman. So, like Jerry said, it was a real humbling learning experience when Black Diamond got on the show and really educated us about it. And her daughter's young. She's, I think, 28. I think she said so. You know, it's not a good thing by no means, and they think too she's had a heart attack because of that. So, and it could cause strokes too. So I mean, she sent me a picture of what her daughter looked like in the hospital, and she did not look good. Uh, which naturally, when you're an inpatient in the hospital, you're not going to look good anyways, or you wouldn't be an inpatient in the hospital. So I've been praying a lot here lately for others. Uh, and like you said, London, it don't hurt. You know, and those are good friends of mine, so why wouldn't I? You know, and I've been praying for Elizabeth too. She caught RSV from her little boy. And that makes you feel really crummy. That's for sure. Let me go down the friends not watching list. I didn't hit on all that many. I hit on some. I'm gonna hit on some more. No, it's no big deal if I don't get an audio guest. As y'all know, I don't sweat it. Uh, might mean I might have a little bit of time for me for a change. Which I'm fixing to walk down this burger in a minute. Like Terry Wood said on Channel 8, I'm going to force it down. I cracked me up when he said that. He said, well, Shane Carter here is going to take over the weather while I force down a couple of cheeseburgers. And when he said that back then, I thought, go inhale them like I do. Okay, I've hit on quite a few in the friends not watching list. So we'll see. It rings their bell to see if they want to come on. London, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. That's the same stuff I read from London. London Sluter. So, but I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. It's a little bit cooler tonight. It's not real cold, but it's cooler than what it was. We're supposed to be back in the 70s tomorrow, and I'm hoping that's the case. Uh, I hope my friend Major's watching tonight. I don't think he watches me on Facebook Live. I could be wrong, though. He's my friend here in Jonesboro, the only close friend I have. Major, if you're hearing me out there, I hope you and your girlfriend's doing mighty good tonight. Your kids and grandkids doing okay, too. Yeah, when you said that, London Slater, been busy. Keep praying for your friends, brother. It helps. But that's the thing in this country. Everybody's busy to death. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's why everybody's kind of like on pins and needles in this country. Everybody is so busy. Everybody has to multitask now. They're worked to death. They're OCD to death. Road rage here. I mean, no wonder the country's coming apart at the seams, it seems like, today. This is not the 70s and 80s anymore where you can do one thing at a time. Even when you have a couple of days off from work, you're still busy doing things. You really don't have no time off, really. You know, uh, that's like me. I never have a day off. But I mean, I like that for me. That's just me, though. But I've had some text me and say, you need to take some time for you. I said, I do take time for me, texting all my commenters and fans back. I said, I love everything I'm doing. That's why I prefer not to have any time off. Because I truly love doing everything I'm doing. So if I didn't, I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I'm going to check. I know the guest box is not lit up. Here, okay, London Slater's in the invite. I'll hit on him, but I don't think he wants to come on. It says adding up here, but I don't think London wants to come on. I know he said he's been real busy. I wish Amanda Bell would come on. I heard that text from her. That's the first time in a couple of months I've heard anything from her. Uh, Okay, somebody's on here with me. Oh, okay, London is. Hey, London,
How's it
what's
going?
going on? How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Fixing to eat some dinner here in a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean tonight. That's what I'm doing right now. Are you a
So,
local guy?
yeah. Walnut Ridge, Jonesboro, Truman,
Okay, all right,
all over. I
all
bounce
over.
around.
Well, now I've never lived in Walnut Ridge. Uh, I lived, of course, in Truman, but I'm not Walnut Ridge. Walnut
I
Ridge is
like,
growing a little bit, though, ain't it?
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
There ain't much over there, honestly. I like Truman more than I like Walnut Ridge.
Boy, not me. I just made Jerry. He lives in Truman, but now Jerry doesn't venture out. He usually stays home more than anything, so he don't see the ins and outs of what's going on in Truman much. Uh, Truman would be a better town, but even the doctors are corrupt there. I know I've seen a couple of doctors there when I was there. If I listened to them, I'd been dead right now. I wouldn't even be here.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, one tried to tell me that he wanted me to do 2 insulin shots a day, that my sugar was high, and I said, "You're full of shit." I said, "What? Just elevate it a tiny bit? That's because I hadn't ate when you done the blood work." If I listened to him, I'd been dead by now. So that's what happens when you get your blood taken out and you hadn't ate nothing. It'll show your blood sugar's elevated just a little bit. That's all it was.
I
So
need to add some to it.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Even the post office there is corrupt. I'll give you an example. When I moved into the apartment I had over there, I kept going to tell him, "Look, this guy does not live here anymore. Here's his mail. Quit putting his mail in my mailbox." Yes, sir. I kept going to him 3 or 4 times. After the fourth time, I said, "Look, I'm not going to come to you anymore." I said, "I know this whole town is corrupt and every business is, but would corruption please stop here in the post office? And please, you put a note in the mailbox to quit putting his mail in there. Well, quit putting the mail in there." But it didn't do no good.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashley
Sounds like,
Sellers. That's a friend of mine. I know Ashley, her husband, JW. I'll see if she wants to come on. She may not. But Ashley, tell J, she declined. Tell JW I said, hey, and I know he's doing a lot better now after that motorcycle wreck. So that's a good thing, too. But she's probably still watching. Yeah, I see her up there watching. But I know JW has been going live some. I've seen here and there. Uh, so I know he's done had surgery on that broken collarbone and stuff. So I know he's doing a lot better. That JW had I think a motorcycle wreck on Christmas Eve, and it was
dang,
pretty doggone bad. Uh, but I'm glad he's doing so much better.
praise the Lord.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, he had I think 2 or 3 brain bleeds, and they took care of that fairly quickly. But you could tell up here where it was broken half up here, and I think they operated on him a day or two later for that.
That's
Most
rough.
motorcycle wrecks do not happen good when you have one. Think the good Lord was just had his hand on him, like you said.
Yeah. Makes me scared. I ride a bike sometimes too.
She says here he is doing so much better, and I'm watching, but my kids are bouncing all over the place, so I'm not joining the LOL. That's understandable. And she goes, and yes, he had multiple brain bleeds and totaled his bike. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if he totaled his bike, but I knew he had at least several brain bleeds. So I remember he posted about that. And that's what I was worried about him the most was that at first. But they took care of that. But you could tell the pictures that she snapped out of him, it was broken in half, like right here. So I knew he had to be operated on for that. And they got 2 little bitty kids, and then they got, I think, a 15-year-old son. So be sure and tell JW that I've been praying for him. She says a lady pulled out in front of him going about 60, so it was lay the bike down or hit her, so he laid it down and slid 160 feet with no helmet. Ugh. That's how he got the brain bleeds then, yeah.
Man, that's a
Yeah.
hardcore
Well, see,
wreck.
I didn't know how the wreck happened. I never knew that, how it transpired. Uh, but I knew JW usually didn't, as far as I know, didn't wear a helmet. So the good Lord was just with him, wasn't he, Ashley? So Yeah, that's the thing. I do believe prayer works. I know the Lord don't answer all prayers, I guess you could say, but I think in JW's case he did. But I didn't know how the wreck transpired. But 160 feet with no helmet. Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Which JW is a pretty big guy, but still, sliding 160 feet and his head was probably bouncing off the road. She goes, no, stubborn like most men, and yes, amen. He said, thank you for the prayers. You're mighty welcome. Tell him I said he's mighty welcome too. Yeah, when I first seen that, Ashley, when you was putting the post pictures of him on Facebook, I thought, uh-oh, I bet this ain't going to fare out too well for him. But so I started praying, actually, from the first picture on. And me and JW has got about the same amount of clean time. I met him at Cope. So I think I think he might be a couple of days clean and sober more than maybe just a couple of days. I think's all it is. But yeah, I was so thankful that because they had two little bitty kids and then they had the 15-year-old son. So and you could tell on that one side of his head, you could tell where he'd basically been hitting his head on that one side. So yeah, I'm glad the good Lord kept his hand on JW. Yeah, he is. He's stubborn. We all are that. She goes, yeah, he has 20 months and some change. Yeah, yeah. I got sober, clean and sober on July the 3rd. Uh, I guess it'd be 2024 because it'll be 2 years this July the 3rd for me. And I met JW, I think a few days after I just got to Jonesboro. I met him at Coke without dope.
Yeah. Coke without dope.
What'd you say?
Did you say Coke without dope? What'd you say?
Cope, COPE.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called Cope Without Dope. It's in A Hall. Ashley
Oh,
Tiller goes, yep, his is July the 4th. Okay. So I got a day earlier more than he does. I thought it was vice versa. Which ain't nothing. So yeah. Uh, Now I heard JW speak one night up at the podium. I think when he had a year in, I think.
that's pretty
But
good.
now I don't know how long Ashley's got. I don't know if she got the same amount of time that he does or not. I can't recall on her.
I just went to my first AA meeting a couple
Oh,
days
you just
ago.
went to your very first AA meeting
Yeah.
in Jonesboro
Yeah, I went to the shed.
Shed. I went to several meetings at the Shed. Yeah, I've been many times to the Shed, Serenity, Cope Without Dope, Primary.
It wasn't bad, I guess.
Well, the Shed, it's a pretty big hall, for AA.
Yeah.
I remember I got a lot of friends that still go there. Ashley Sellers goes, God has big plans for him, and I have 19 months and 10 days, and congrats on your AA meeting. Keep coming back. She was talking to you about the AA meeting.
I'm trying to go back. I'm scared to go back.
Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. They'll welcome you right in. It don't matter how many times you fall off. Nobody knocks a person for that. They just love to see you coming back.
Yeah. They asked me to come back.
Oh,
Uh,
did they?
yeah. Yeah, I went in there. I looked like a mess, I'm sure, while I was there.
Well, one
Uh,
time I went to the Shed for a meeting, and this guy stood up, and the chair hadn't got done reading the stuff yet. And this guy was drunk. And he told his first name, and he goes, I hadn't been in some months, and I've drank a half a pint of whiskey, but I ain't drunk. But I'm glad to be here. And he sat down, right?
no.
Well, he kept interrupting the chair, kept interrupting the chair while he was just trying to read the stuff off the pamphlets. And finally, the chair said, "Look, we're not going to go there anymore." So the guy kept getting up and going out to his vehicle. Get what he was doing. He was drinking and kept coming in. He'd done this 4 different times, and he was drunker than a cooter brown. He was
We
a
all
big
can
guy
be
too, real
around
big
that.
guy. But I mean, they don't. None of the halls here look down on anybody that say goes back to drinking or drugging. You know, they're just glad to see you when you come back. They don't judge you on it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't go to any of the halls because I'm not at a Chem-free sober living house. I don't have to go to 5 meetings now. But the nearest hall to me is the shed, but it's like about 2 miles away. So I don't have time to go to any of the meetings is my thing. Even if they were right next door, I don't have time. Let's say, okay, Ashley. Okay, Rachel Markham is watching. I met Rachel at Serenity. Hey, Rachel, she's a Truman friend. Good to see you in here. Ashley Sellers goes, I was terrified when I started meetings. We are all battling the same problem. That's right. Do it for you, not anyone else. She's talking to you about that, Lindsay. I got to go, fellas. Y'all have a good night and good luck in your journey. You too, Ashley. And congratulations on your sobriety date, too. Uh, yeah, so, I mean, you know, it is what it is. People fall off all the time. That comes with it. Uh, I don't know anybody that judges somebody for that. They just glad to see you when you come back, you know.
Yeah.
But I usually run into people every day that I met at the AA halls and NA halls. They'll say, "Hey, man, why don't you come?" I said, "Man, I can't. I'm so busy. I do a live show, do everything else." I said, I can't go to no social functions. And I can't. I mean, I'm just too busy. The only time I'm not busy is when I go to my 10 at 10 o'clock, and then I'm busy till I drop out texting people. So I don't ever have time. If there was one next door, I wouldn't have time to go to it, you know. But that's what works for me is staying extremely busy. Thank you, Ashley, so much. And tell JW and the kids I said, hey, thank you so much. But yeah, don't ever feel like people judge you, Lindsay, on the count of that. They don't, you know. They know what happens when, you know, that people fall off all the time. You know, it's just part of life. I mean, I had a friend that his name's Joe Straits. I met him down at the in when I was in treatment, and he lives here in Jonesboro. And he said, "Well, you know, I don't go to Serenity." He goes, "I'm so ashamed. I fell off so many times. I'm ashamed to go there. I'll go to the shed, but I won't go there. People don't judge. People don't." I said, "Joe, people don't judge you at Serenity. You know, they know it happens. You know." Hey, Jason Ross, on. It says bring Jason on the camera. We'll see. I'm glad to see a lot of my AA and NA friends in the chat tonight. It says adding. We'll see if Jason wants to come on. He may not. And Jason's a good old boy. I know Jason real well. Jason, he's one of the bosses at Goodwill. Uh, okay, but you know, Lindsay, that happens, man. You know, don't knock yourself for falling off or anything like that, because that happens. You know, nobody chooses addiction, and that's true. Nobody does. I did. I'm different. I did. I chose addiction. I did. But anybody else I ever met, they don't choose addiction. But when they do make a choice of choosing sobriety. But even when they do, sometimes things happen that triggers them to go back to drinking or drugs. You know, it happens. There's a lot of good people go to the shed though. A lot of good people. I made a lot of good friends there. I made a lot of good friends at Serenity. I made a lot of good friends at Primary and Cope Without Dope, and I'm proud of all the friends I made. One of them was Mr. Jason here, and Jason's a good guy. But I'm glad to see a lot of my AA and NA friends in the live chat tonight. I don't get to see that much in the live chat on the show on TikTok, so I'm glad that I'm seeing it here on Facebook tonight. What age are you? What age range are you, Lindsay? Are you in your 30s? Okay. I may have lost, it doesn't show I've lost Lindsay. Maybe his mic is off. I mean, one thing that helps me is I'm blessed still with no desire to drink or drug. I'm blessed with that. My higher power, and then staying busy. And that's what all three combined, that's what works for me. But still, the desire could hit me at any time. Still, I could fall off at any time and go back to it, so that does happen. But I met some that had been clean and sober 20 years, 30 years, some 40 years. So sobriety can be achieved, but still, there can be things that hit you that makes you go back. It just means you're human. Now, Jason's good about catching them big trout up there on the Spring River. I mean, some big, big rainbow trout. Now, that's the only kind of trout I like to eat is rainbow. You can doctor them up and you can make them taste really good. But any other trout, I don't care how much you doctor it up, they ain't gonna taste good. Lindsay, can you hear me? Okay, I guess you can't. I know he's still with me because half the space is black when there's an audio guest. I'm fixing to have to force down this double cheeseburger, as Terry Wood said, but more like inhaling it. It sounds like I can hear Lindsay in the background. I just can't hear what he's saying. I hear some moving around going. All right. But I'll be glad when, like I said, when Jack in the Box opens over here because I love their tacos and stuff. So they done some interviews on the 26th and 28th of February that says they're still hiring, but it don't say on Facebook when they plan on opening. I'm thinking here in March, but I could be wrong. It might be April. So we'll just have to see. I'm gonna go ahead and start inhaling this burger. Uh, I got to see what my percentage is on the phone. I got it hooked up, but only way I can check is by hitting on friends not watching. It says 100, so I can unhook it. Okay. Let me hook this other thing up I got down here. I'm gonna start whooping down on this burger. Uh, okay. All right. All right. So let me scoot this back over here. Uh, Now I do know that Lindsay said that he was fixing to be eating, so that's probably what he's doing, just listening to the show and eating. I can hear things in the background, kind of moving around, but I don't think he can hear me. He might. It won't take me long to whip down this burger, y'all. But I wish Scott, my Denver friend, would come on because I always ask him what the temperature is in Denver and ask him what he had for supper, what him and the missus had for supper. But it looked like that was fake news media from what I gathered about the TikTok thing. Real bummer. Scott sent the little clip to me, and I was sure hoping TikTok was over with, but oh well. Worst things have happened, I guess. I'm going to hit down the friends not watching list again, right quick in between eating this burger. Uh, I've hit on a bunch of people. But what it is this is Monday night. People probably going out to eat and stuff. Uh, I know y'all hear this music pretty loud, but it can't be helped. They got a short in it. That's why they have to turn it up loud enough to hear it here. They keep it on regular. It cuts way out. You can't hear nothing. So now I will tell everybody this, that when the warm weather kind of sticks around, then I'll be doing the show outside. I got 2 power packs now that I keep charged up. That way I don't have to worry if there's no electricity. So charge things up. So I'm fixing to convert to going outside and having the live show. The only time I wouldn't have it out live would be if it's raining. But I'm fixing to start doing that. In the spring and summer months, I have it outside, no matter what mosquitoes are or anything. Uh, and if I can get out of the rain being outside with a roof over me being outside, I'll do that. I think I can over here at Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy. And I got me a chair now, thanks to my good friend Major, so I can set me a chair down out there even when it's raining and do a live show. I'm just waiting for it to stay a little bit warmer than what it is right now out there. Then we'll be doing the live show out there. Like I said, I bought me 2 power packs that you keep them charged up and they'll charge your stuff up real quick like. So that way I don't have to worry about electricity. But now out there at Parker Road Specialty Pharmacy on Parker Road, they got an outside plug-in up front too. So if I had to plug something up, I could, you know. So I'm fixing to convert out there spring and summer months, and into early fall, I do the show outside. It's just when it becomes winter, I don't have it out there because it's too cold usually. So, and then I'll probably have 4-hour shows like I originally had. The show's going to be on a year. I'm going to celebrate it April 8th. That the show's been on a year on TikTok, and when they would cancel me out, I'd start it up on Facebook. Jacob Dillon Haley, my good friend, says bring him on camera. We'll see. He usually doesn't come on camera on TikTok. Even says adding. I've met Jacob several times. He's a pretty good young guy. No, he declined. I figured he would. He doesn't usually come on audio. He usually just stays in the live chat. Is usually what he does. So last time I seen him, his dad and them went to the FedEx Forum in Memphis to see Monday Night Raw. So I imagine they had a good time there. I was hoping Peggy Dice, my friend here in Jonesboro, she usually would come on audio on the Facebook Live, but she may be busy. She works for Riceland Food. She's worked for them a lot of years, so. Well, this burger's good. But I didn't figure Jacob would come on because usually he just stays in the live chat. I understand it's not for everybody. You know, take it from a guy that was anti-social media, meaning me. Used to, I wouldn't text nobody. I only done phone calls. And then my first video went viral. I had to kind of come out of that. You know, so I'll tell you what I would like to do, but I don't ever have free time. The only time I could do it would be when I'd be out strutting, take a break from strutting. I'd like to interview someone here and there. I would really like to get to interviewing, but that would be the only time I would have for it. And I'll just interview anybody, a local Joe that nobody knows of or something, you know. It don't have to be no local celebrity, you know. I would really like to get into some of that, you know. But I was hoping Christina Soto would come on. She drives one of the security trucks for Walmart on Highland. Used to, she would when I was on Facebook Live. Which I put in my evening post last night. I'd be on Facebook Live tonight, and I put it in my evening post tonight. I know a lot of you don't read that because the evening post is usually pretty long. The morning post is not. So I've got over half this burger ate. It's a big double burger, so I'm taking a tiny break from that, I guess. But let me see what time it is too. I try to keep it on the time. The only way I can is hitting on the friends not watching list. It says 8:06. Okay. But so far, it's been a good show here on Facebook Live. I've enjoyed myself so far. I've seen a lot of people I met in the AA and NA halls in the live chat tonight. Some that I hadn't, but it's good to see them. Usually, when I'm out there strutting, I run into at least two, if not three or four, that I met and became friends with in them halls when I go strutting. It's always good to see them. A friend of mine, Jenny, who used to go to the shed, or still does, I seen her at Walmart on Highland, I don't know, about a week ago. And she said, you know, you can still come out there where we're at. I said, honey, I'm busy, busy, busy. I said, y'all are like 2 miles away from me. Anyway, you're the closest one to me. And she said, well, where are you at? And I told her, and she said, no, they're not. But they are. I know exactly where the shed's at. It's off of Washington Circle. So, you know, that's quite a ways. But I mean, even if they were right next door to me, I don't ever have time. I mean, it would interfere with my live show, and I'm just not going to let anything interfere with what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing is a proven system that works to keep you clean and sober if you work it. So, you know, I don't knock the AA program or the NA program. I never would do that. But what I'm doing keeps me on the straight and narrow, keeps me clean and sober, and that, and I don't have no desire. And as long as I work it, I'll be fine, you know. So, if it was right next door, I wouldn't have time to go to it. When I get in from strutting, I have to do evening post, do a commentary segment, get it posted on social media. Then I have to do the live show. And I'm just not going to let nothing or nobody interfere with anything I'm doing. You know, so if one of the halls was next door, I would say, good luck, guys and gals, but I'm not coming because I'm too busy. You know, and I had to keep doing what everybody else expects me to do here. So that's just what I'm doing. You know, I will say this: some of the best people you'll meet that you'll make friends with do go to them halls, though. That's true. You know, so and I wouldn't let a girlfriend interfere with what I'm doing, and I will not quit doing anything that I'm doing, not even for 30 minutes, just to have a girlfriend. I'm very jealous and possessive of what I have. And I wouldn't let a girlfriend even come in between that. I would tell her, I'm sorry, you might won't get with somebody that gives a shit about you. Because I'm not going to let anything or anyone interfere with what I'm doing. So that means no girlfriend. So, you know, it is what it is, you know. So that's just me. My shrink tried to get through to me, and I told her, I said, look, I'm set in my ways. I'm a lot older than you. And I said, yeah, I could make time and quit doing these things a little less, spend with a girlfriend, but I said, I'm not going to, you know. So it just is what it is. So this is what I'm going to be doing until I'm dead. If I was rich, I would still be doing everything that I'm doing. And I can honestly say that, you know, and I would be. Now, would I be staying in a tent? I would have a used camper trailer. But I would go back to the tent life once to twice a week. Every week you're around, no matter how cold or how hot. No matter if I owned a camper trailer with a good used pickup. So if I was wealthy, I would still be doing everything that I'm doing to a T, you know. So that's just me. Uh, I can be bought on some things, but there's some things I cannot be bought on. And everything that I'm doing makes me truly happy. So there's no money that could buy this away from me. I would tell a person, you don't have enough money, you know. Just me, you know. Like I said, there's some things I can be bought on, and there's some things I can't be. And my happiness cannot be bought, you know. You know, Scott asked me that one night. What would you do if you was rich? I said, well, I'd be doing another thing I'm still doing every day. I would have 2 homeless shelters built here in Jonesboro with enough beds that no homeless person would be homeless. I might keep 10% and buy me a camper trailer, used one, and a used pickup. And I would stay right here in Jonesboro in it. I'd go strutting every day and still do everything else. And I would make sure upon my death, the 10% that I kept was donated to my various charities. That would be it. But all the money that would be gone now, except for 10% I would keep. And that would be it. So that's just me. Because this town needs a homeless shelter. Needs two of them for the size of town it is. Uh, and I would say probably at least 50 beds to each one. So that way nobody's truly homeless. The only ones that would be homeless would be the ones that want to continuously just get high and get drunk, and that would be it. You know. So, uh, you know, and whatever would be left, I would keep 10% up, and that would be it. Buy me a used camper trailer, good used pickup, and it would stay parked here in Jonesboro. I'd still go strutting, do the live show, commentary segment, everything I'm doing, 2 posts a day. I wouldn't change nothing. I still wear the same clothes, jogging pants, t-shirts, you know. So he asked me that, and that's the truth. I really don't have a want for nothing. I don't want anything. I don't want a vehicle so much. Uh, it's just me. I used to have wants like everybody, but I kind of come out of that. Well, I take that back. I take that back. I have one want. I would like Stormy Daniels to spank me, just like she did Trump. I call him old Spanky. I would love to be spanked by her. That would be a great thrill. And I'm being serious. At my primary care physician's office, there's this nurse. I call her the vice principal. I tell her all the time when I go in there, "Will you spank me? I'm just like old Spanky. I like to be spanked." I said, "You're not Stormy Daniels, but you'll do." I crack her up every time. You know, she knows I'm a dirty old man. But I mean, my doctors are female. Primary care physicians, I got two. They're both female. I hadn't seen my therapist going on 3 months. She's a, I think, 38-year-old female, hot. So, but last time she seen me, she tried to tell me, "Well, Ozzy, you can still do all the things you're doing, but to make time for a girlfriend, couldn't you do things a little less?" I said I could, but I'm not going to. Unless she's Stormy Daniels, then I might. That's what I call Trump. I call him old Spanky myself. But I like to be old Spanky. I'd love for her to spank me. Who wouldn't? That's a man. And I know people have probably been talking about the video they showed of Trump being at the Epstein parties. Well, they've showed video before of Bill Clinton and Trump being on either side of him. But it doesn't necessarily mean they done anything wrong. I mean, they might have had sex with women. They don't mean they had sex with kids. Who knows? They might have, might not have. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anything will ever be really divulged from that. That's just my own take on it. Uh, oh, okay. I was just checking something out. Well, I need to check that too. Okay. All right. But I was so hoping Scott would come on. Now, Jerry, knowing him, my Truman friend, he's probably on the Dana show, is probably what he's on. There it's done. Finally done feeding my face. Okay. All righty. But I want to let everybody know, too, that there'll be no show highlights of this show tonight on TikTok because in order to post a show highlights on TikTok from another form of social media, it can't be on no longer than 60 minutes. So the only show highlights tonight will be on Threads, Facebook here, Messenger, and Instagram. It will not be on TikTok because I've done been on past an hour. Matter of fact, you have to keep it at 59 minutes. But TikTok has sucked my ass, you know. So I'm not talking about the ones that follow me. I'm just talking about TikTok as a company. But in order for me to post show highlights on there, it has to be 59 minutes or less. So I don't make up the mind of how long I'm going to have this show on. I leave that up to other people that come in the live chat if I have an audio guest. You know, I'm not going to cater to TikTok. Now, I don't mean that towards my followers and fans that follow me on TikTok. I don't mean that towards y'all. You know, that's just, them, the owners of TikTok. But that sure was good. The fries, the double burger, filled my old gut up. As y'all can tell, my stomach has been growing. I had a married couple that stopped me yesterday on Southwest Drive coming back, strutting. And I hadn't seen them in a while. I met them at Coke, and her husband said, "Man, your tummy's getting bigger." I said, "I know it." I said, "That's what happens when you eat and go to sleep." So, yeah, they noticed my tummy is not in shape like the rest of me is. But I guess I like food like y'all. But I exercise it off, except my tummy doesn't show that. But if Stormy Daniels would spank me, I'm sure that stomach would go way down. I could only hope. On both ends. Stormy Daniels spanking me and my stomach goes down. I probably couldn't afford to pay her just to spank me. She would tell me, "You don't have enough money to pay me just to spank you." I can give her some Monopoly money. Let me check the time here. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll probably do. I'll probably end the show at 8:30. Usually on TikTok, I would end it no later than 9:15 usually. But the only thing I got to do is post these highlights on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and Threads. I done got everything else done. I got to post it on my YouTube channel, but that just takes a minute to do that. So, yeah, it'll be on my YouTube channel. I've been keeping everything updated on my YouTube account every day. Everything that I do on other forms of social media gets immediately put on YouTube. So, if you want to check all my videos of all kind out, check that out. My YouTube channel. It's at Ozzy Rose Z7N. So I think y'all would like it. Everything that I got, the shorts, the short videos, the long videos, all of it. I think you'll like it. Now I don't have my post, my morning and evening post on there. I don't ever put those on there. But I got all my videos, strutting, confessions videos, commentary segments, all that on there. Seems like everything's AI these days. Can't believe nothing because it's AI, a lot of it. Let me see here. I was going to check something else out. Okay, 95. Okay. I need to check my power packs out, see if make sure they're fully get full charge. I'm sorry to take my eye off the camera. Okay. Well, that one is. This one just lacks one bar being fully charged. These Belk, I think it's called Belkin. I got two Belkin power packs that, uh, you keep them charged, don't charge your stuff up real quick. So I bought them just recently at Walmart on Holland. That way, my tent things get drained, it'll charge them up pretty quick. But like I said, I'm going to be converting to doing the live show outside here pretty soon. So, uh, so I look forward to doing that. I got several places I can do it outside. I can do it in front of Scalawags. They got a big bench there. Or I can do it with my chair a lot of different other places back over here, like at Park Road Specialty Pharmacy, you know. So, and I do have a fold-out chair now, thanks to my friend Major. So, I'm looking forward to doing the outside shows again, like I did in the beginning and through summer into early fall. It was just middle fall, then I had to quit doing it. It was getting too cold at night to do that, and then winter, so we're fixing to go back to out there. I think y'all will like it a lot better, you know. Okay, well, I hit on the wrong one. I'm sorry, folks. Went on the friends not watching list. I've hit on a bunch of people, but what it is, they don't want to come on. I get that. The show's not going to be on much longer. I'm fixing to be ending the show. I'm going to go have me a cigarette immediately before I post the show highlights. Okay. All right, that's really enough because I done hit on a bunch of people already. Okay. All right. Okay. That's all I'm going to hit on. Okay. All righty. Well, I'm glad that I can't remember her name now that was in the live chat. She checked and she said that was an AI thing. So about TikTok. So, I mean, I only seen it for just a minute. Because I had to quickly get this show going. I didn't have time to check it out to see if it was AI generated. But come to find out, that's what it's looking like. Uh, yeah, wait a minute. Check something out. Okay. In 6 minutes, I'm going to end the show, folks, at 8:30. It's been a good show. I've had one audio guest, Lindsay. I can still hear clanking going around in the background where he's at. I figure he's been eating the whole time. I know I just finished eating, so I know he said when he first got on that he was going to be eating supper. So about 5 minutes, I'll be ending the show. Like I said, the show highlights will not be on TikTok. It has to be 59 minutes or less, or you can't post it on there. So I look forward to posting the show highlights on the other forums, except for Twitter. I don't tweet. It only takes a very few minutes to do all that. Then put it on my YouTube account. It just only takes about another minute. So I keep everything fresh on that too every day. Anything I post on other forums goes on that at the last thing. But I'm going to text Scott sometime tonight to see why he didn't come on, because Scott, he's a loyal friend that comes on TikTok. So unless he don't have Facebook, he might not have it, and I don't know it. Jerry may not have it, my trimming friend either. So, but Jerry might be on the Dana show too. If he's on the Dana show, that would explain. Because sometimes he'll go on her show and he won't come on mine. They look better. So, That's just, and I don't blame him one bit. Uh, because like I said, they do look better. Now I know the other night Scott said they were all into it on that show. Jerry wasn't, but Jerry wasn't on it that night. But he said that man, the host was into it with all the guests on there. They was all at one another's throats. I said, sound like a humdinger. He said it was. He said it was F that, F you, and all that. I said that sounded like fun. So, And Jerry says, yeah, she said that, he said that they kind of, the others get into it like that on her show. Okay, it's 8:27, so 3 more minutes, folks, and I'm going to end the show. It's been a great show tonight. I'm glad to see a lot of my friends come in the live chat tonight, that I hadn't seen in a while. I knew J.W. Sellers had been doing better because of him going live and stuff like that. And I've been seeing everything Ashley's been posted on Facebook and stuff regarding JW. So I'm glad that he's been doing really good. So I didn't know how the wreck happened until she explained it tonight in the live chat, and I'm glad she did. I just knew it was a motorcycle wreck because I knew he owned motorcycles, so I just didn't know how it transpired though. I think he went to NEA hospital if I remember right when that happened. I'm checking the time right now. Okay, it says 8:27. It's going to roll over to 8:28 at any time. 8:28 now, so 2 more minutes and we'll let the show go, folks. But I want to thank Lindsay for being a guest on the show tonight. He's been the only audio guest on the show tonight. I'd like to thank him. Everybody that's been in the live chat tonight, thank y'all. And of course, the viewers out there, Like I said, I'll be back on TikTok live night after tomorrow night. I think it said 7:30 I could be back on there. I can check it again tonight to see, let y'all know for a fact what time, night after tomorrow night, what time I'll be having the show on there. Usually y'all know I started at 7, but if I can't go on to 7:30 over, it'll be 7:30. I might go on 7 here, and at 7:30 pop over to TikTok. So tonight's Monday night, so it'd be Wednesday night. Yeah. So but I want to thank Jacob Dillon Haley, Jason Ross Sloan, Ashley Sellers. So many people been in the live chat tonight. Rachel Markham, my Truman friend, I met in AA Hall here in town too. So it was good to see a lot of my AA and NA friends on here, of course. Like I said, I run into some of them every day that I'm out there strutting, and I tell everybody when you go, tell them Ozzy's doing still clean and sober, doing real good. Tell them I said, hey, So, I'm still just rocking and rolling and staying busy. That's what works for me, So, okay, let me check here. 8:29. Okay. I want to thank the good Lord above for letting me live another day to go strutting, of course, and live another night to have my live show. Please join me here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the Strutting Man Show. And it's under Ozzy Neil Rose on Facebook. Please join me then for another edition of my live show. I look forward to seeing everybody then. And Lindsay, I hope that you come on tomorrow night's show too. You've been my only audio guest tonight, buddy. And I want to thank the viewers again, and of course, everybody in the live chat tonight. It's been a great show. It surely has. I've learned some things that I didn't know about my good friend J.W. Sellers. And I was glad Ashley come in the live chat and kind of explain things away. Okay, 8:30. Okay. Join me tomorrow night, folks. Y'all have a good night out there. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Until then, so long, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you then. So long.